It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Trey Lance. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Commanders and the Lions, just ahead on EA Sports.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and we are underway from FedEx Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
On second down, Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Purdy to throw it on first down. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Caught on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Now someone is pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd and goal from the 1. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Brock Purdy, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. they can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Okay, ready?
Lance now on first down. There's Chris Olave. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Throwing now is Lance. Throwing left side here, it is complete. And he's brought down. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. To throw, it's Lance. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And that is no good. solid run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They go play action here. Purdy. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And room there to work it inside the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Purdy bootlegging it. They'll roll him out right. He hits Adams complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
They'll keep pounding here with it. Now the ball comes loose, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. The numbers for him from a week ago: 4 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. The Lance going to throw. Olave over the middle, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lance again. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Lance. The pass caught by Olave. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Montgomery running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. David Montgomery, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 13-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Ekeler. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once more, here's Ekeler. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's Purdy. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. They go back to the ground now with Ekeler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They have a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just lock people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, it's Purdy. That's to Marshall on a quick slant. He'll get it inside the 20. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 39 yards there, a big one. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. Now, they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. Eckler fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stumped up in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now third and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. The quick slant caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive. And he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Normally, when we think about big swings and scores before a half, we think offense, but this time, their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. That's taken on the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
But those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Lance now on first down. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. York able to send this one through, and the lead slims to 5 now at 15-10.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Purdy. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Now Purdy.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Lance's throw is on target.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
A final shot before break. Purdy, he's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Mac Jones leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Lynn Bowden, a touchdown reception. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half,
they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No. But you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime makes had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together, first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's the run with Montgomery to about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Forced out to it. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Gano for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now they'll throw with Lance. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Lance. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. I was able to track the ball in another.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Lance. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. He's got room at the 30. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but... Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Escaping the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Shotgun now for Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Lance. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Lance looking to throw it. Montgomery, another target and catch. So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
York able to send this one through. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Purdy. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Now it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Okay, right.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Black one, yellow, one.
On 1st down, Lance. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter.
Down.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now a give running right is Montgomery. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Check, switch, yellow, blue, check.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 38, Lance. Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. David Montgomery, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. 72 yards on the ground for Eckler here. That's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw, Purdy. He dumps it to Eckler underneath, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles.
They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
12 more yards there and another first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now a toss play to Eckler. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Purdy looking to throw.
He hits Adams, complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just said.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low-man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here's Purdy.
And Marshall's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Purdy now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Here we go.
Here's Lance. Able to complete it to Montgomery. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Lance looking to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Lance back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Able to hook up here with Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Cut. Ready, go. Ready.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. He's made 2, he's missed 1, this time for the win. And his kick is indeed good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Takes it at the 7. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff.